there was an important point we brought up, and I'm so glad it was brought up in the post-match chat with Virat Kohli. It was about Hardik Pandya, why he was not bowling, and Virat was candid about this one. We may not have agreed with the total that they set, Michael, but he did say it's about workload management. Yes, we used him in the T20Is. We have to figure out how we use him as a batsman or an all-rounder, because there's plenty of cricket to come in the next few months. Of course, the IPL, but also the tests in England.
Yeah, and and sometimes we have to accept that that's going to be the case for these all-rounders. Ben Stokes is used sparingly. He's not used all the time, but if you could have got 4 overs out of Hardik Pandya, and he's bowled 4 overs in T20 cricket, 4 overs, if that's all he can bowl, and that's what you can commit to. And I'd like to think that, if you're fit to bowl 4 overs 10 days ago, surely you're fit to bowl 4 overs this week. So I would be using. I'm no scientist. I'm no physio, I'm no expert on injuries, but from what I hear, the more that these players bowl, the better their bodies come accustomed to bowling. When it becomes a real threat is when they have breaks and then they bowl, because it's a shock to the system that's bowling back into the body. So I am surprised that he's not been used. What India and Virat has to be realistic about is, and again, it's honesty, and the best teams are honest with themselves and accept that, World Cup in 2015 wasn't good enough, 19 wasn't good enough. In 2 years, it's on home shore. And the currency of one-day cricket, it's like inflation. It's gone up and up and up over the years. So 336 in 2015, I would say would have won every single World Cup game. 336 in 2019 on some of the grounds in England wouldn't win every game, but would probably win 50% of the time. Now, 336 in 2 years' time, with the way that the world has probably seen England play, the New Zealands, Australians, West Indians, Pakistans, Sri Lankans, they'll have seen England and have gone, wait a minute, England are the best team in the world because they're the world champions, and they get to around 320, 340 all the time. So you're not doing your jobs correctly as a management group and a quality team if you don't look at the best in the world at that time. And the best in the world are England. What do? And you're being too egotistical if you don't copy what the best teams in the world are doing. Now, the skill of the really good teams is to copy what the best teams are doing and then add something more to that. And that's what India have to do. And they've certainly got the talent. So for Virat to say that, he wasn't too concerned about the score, he's kidding himself. Because that score in 2 years won't win him a World Cup. 380, 400, training the brain to do that under pressure in a semi-final, in a final. That's what it's about. So it's now the time to kind of change the philosophy of Indian cricket and go, right, that is what we have to go for. As you said, it won't happen on Sunday, but over the course of the next 2 years, they certainly have enough in their powers to be able to do that.